Africa, thank you for tuning in this afternoon. My name is Pule Molebatsi. You're watching Bophelong. The next story is about perseverance and dedication to a vision. The harsh realities of unemployment can distort one's vision to be financially independent. Veli Busecha testifies to that and gives hope that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's have a look at his journey from seeking employment to being an employee.
Survival of the fittest is what happens when you become a street vendor. Some people make it out, some don't. Veli Busecha is one guy that told himself that circumstances will not determine his future. Now he is a CEO of AdClick Africa Media Group. Let's take a journey with him from the village of Limpopo to the streets of Joburg.
Growing up in Limpopo, I will say it was good, but it was not easy. As you know, growing up in a rural village, there aren't many opportunities. So we grew up, in a place where you wouldn't, get opportunities that we get today, or our kids, have got access to. But we still made it through. There was a lot of things. I grew up in a family where my mother wasn't working, some other time. And there was a time as well where, my father was also not working.
From a background where tomorrow is not guaranteed.
I came to Joburg after my matric in 2004. Came here obviously to go to school. My plan was to go to a college and study business management. And unfortunately, I didn't get that opportunity to go to school at that time.
With a strong backbone in the family, you learned to survive.
It wasn't easy. Obviously my mom had to, take care of us at home. Obviously she was not working, but she taught us a lot of things. And one of them was to sell at school. We used to sell some knickknacks in the class, just obviously so that she can help to take care of us while my father was in Joburg. So we kind of learned to survive from there.
When life is not on your side, family is. Patricia tells us more about her journey with Veli.
Our journey coming to Joburg, first, because I'm the older one. So I came to Joburg, I think it was around the year 2000. Then after finishing college, I was unemployed. So then I got good fleeting. Then Veli came along. So we decided, since we are not working, we're staying in Joburg Park. Okay, we're gonna go and then job hunt. But those days we didn't even have money for transport, like a Honamela taxi from Joburg Park maybe to anywhere. So and then we would walk, we'll ask our dad or our printer the CV, and then from there we'll take those brown envelopes, put them in there, and then we would walk. I remember there was a time we walked at Ayago, I think it was Rosebank, Hyde Park. Literally walk. And sometimes when you walk, you find that other companies no jobs. Then we'll just go in anyway. Let's go in there and it's we're looking for jobs, and they'll say, okay, didn't you see at the door where it said no jobs? But yeah, we kept pushing. I remember there was this day, and then we left go fleeting. Raja this half of a loaf, brown, no margarine, no peanut butter, just dry. Then so okay, and then just eat that. Drink water.
There are times in life where you feel like giving up is the only option.
I remember there was a day where we were staying in this flat, and it's very, very long flat, and we were on the 17th floor. I remember, one of those days I was on the balcony and asking myself questions, blaming myself sometimes why, I'm not getting anything, obviously blaming your parents and then all those things. And there was this day where I'm maybe I might as well take my life since I'm on the 17th floor, but thank God I didn't do that. But that's how tough it was for me at that time.
Veli had big dreams. However, selling in the streets was not one of them. He knew where he was going before he even started the journey.
But thankfully, there was a guy who used to stay with us, at that time, a guy from Burundi. I got an opportunity from this guy to go and meet with his friend, and he gave him the job. So from there, I started to work, on the street for this guy, selling different things for him. That's how, that's how my life kind of turned around at that time. Those days, I was reading motivational books. I was inspired, and I think I I began to tell myself that I'm going to make it, and I began to see myself, being successful, irrespective of where I was. I was so encouraged.
Night comes with day, and things were certainly looking up for this passionate guy.
After those few months while I was on the street, I began to, to go to internet cafe, to look for jobs, to look for opportunities, because now I had a little bit of money. So during the weekend when I'm off, I'll go to an internet cafe and, I'll look for opportunities. And one of these days while I was searching for opportunities, I landed on, on an internship. They were looking for, for matriculant to do a market research intern. The internship was about 10 to 12 months. From there, I never looked back.
They say do not criticize your humble beginnings, for you don't know what it prepares you for, and Veli is proof of that.
Please share your thoughts on the stories that we've brought you on the show. Our contact details are at the bottom of your screen. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back after this.
Britain will leave the EU single market when it exits the European Union. That's the word from Prime Minister Theresa May.
I know there are some voices calling for a punitive deal that punishes Britain and discourages other countries from taking the same path.
She has said leave the single market, then at the same time says she wants to have access to the single market. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go down.
The Security Council received a firm rebuke from Israel's envoy, who labelled the Council's action as inspiration for terror.
Ambassador Danon expressed hopes that the appointment of a new Secretary General would usher in a wind of change towards Israel at the world body, while he boldly declared hope in the new American president.
Came up with this really cool concept that we both absolutely loved, and it was tennis inspired, sports likes if you will, but still really edgy, and of course still staying true to who she is as a designer, which I felt was very important.
I am allowing them. If you do not keep your promise, you will never see my children again.
Fiona is a talented chess player. If it wasn't for her community that supported her, she would not have been where she is today. And so it takes a village.
I love working with children. They give you so much joy, and watching them achieve what we ask them to do is really heartening.
Children, Miss Hannigan is gone for good.
Mac Miller, the 24-year-old new school hip-hop international rapper, was shocked when he realized the big following he has in Mzansi. For a 1-hour dose of entertainment, stay tuned on Trends every Saturday at 12.
Welcome back to the show with me, Bophelong. AdClick Africa Media Group was founded in 2013 when Veli Busega decided to take matters into his own hands and overcome unemployment. Today, he is a role model to many who dream of starting their own businesses.
Veli Busega was a street vendor who sold tomatoes for a living. He trusted what he had, which was determination, and he ran with it. Now he is a renowned entrepreneur and businessman. He is the founder and CEO of AdClick Africa Media Group.
During those days when I was in the street, I loved the fact that I was able to, to control how much I can make per day. This guy gave me targets, how much I need to make a day, obviously to earn a bit of bonus from the, more than, that 20 that I was making. And from that, I just loved, having control and also kind of deciding how much one wants to earn. And I knew that for me to do that, I needed to own my own business. I've learned business skills right there on the street. So going through the internship, I knew what I wanted because of working on the street.
With great responsibility comes great challenges.
So starting my own business, obviously you don't have any qualification to start a business, but that didn't hold me down. I'm a person who loves reading, although I didn't go to school. So I always read. I read about how to start a business, finance, any topic that I knew that I had a challenge on. I used to read a lot, including even reading about the industry that I'm in, even the type of business that I'm running. I used to read about that years back. While I was still working for some of these companies. So I was doing that as a preparation to what I'm doing now. Until today, not having a qualification, this does not hold me down because I continue to study and to read. Although I don't have any formal qualification, but I've got access to books.
With determination, you can achieve anything. Knowing where you come from clears way for where you are going.
I didn't get any funding, I don't know if you know, but it's difficult to get funding, especially if you are in the service business, because all you are selling is a service, so most people, they buy from you because, you're good at what you do. They buy your skills, your expertise, and your knowledge plus your experience. So it was difficult for me. I didn't get any funding. What I did while I was working, I used to put money aside.
Veli Buseja now runs a very successful publishing company.
Atlic Africa is a digital media and marketing business. So we assist clients, or brands to attract clients to their own businesses. And we do that through marketing campaigns, but digital marketing campaigns. So we use platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and all known digital media platforms out there. Since I started, I've got about 18 employees at the moment. And then we've got others that are just freelancing. We've got some guys that we work with, in Africa. And we also use, external consultants once in a while. But full-time employees is 18 people.
Creating or starting a business from scratch is no child's play. But Veli's vision helped others to make something of their lives.
I also hire people that don't have qualifications, but when somebody is determined, when they are motivated, and when somebody can do the job, or some have got skills but they don't have qualifications, we do hire them. And I must say, in our line of work, because we are knowledge-based, type of a company, we train people. So one doesn't need to have qualification to join us. They just need to be able to to do the job, or a willingness to learn.
Veli helped a lot of people, and Peter is one of them.
I did not have a background for media, be it traditional or digital media. Veli just gave me an opportunity. Previously, I was from the insurance industry as well as the fitness industry. Yet, like I said, it has always been my dream to be in the media industry, and he started me from scratch.
Veli didn't have qualifications, and for that he understood the struggle of people who couldn't go to school.
Veli, from day one, when he gave me an opportunity, he has always been intercepting, my work, my performance, and so on. And I can say right now, I did find my feet. I'm established now in this industry.
Lending a helping hand for Veli is a way of life. His experience made him realize that everyone needs a little push and someone to believe in you. Victor is also a businessman and an entrepreneur, one of the people who was groomed by Veli.
Veli's got a heart. He's a good guy. He's always been there, for not only myself, for people, helping people all over, I don't want to say all over South Africa, but all over. That's how I knew him, in the church, helping people, trying to see if the people within the community are being successful, are doing well. I used to sell tools from, the previous company that I worked. And he says, yeah, maybe you can take your strength and what you've been doing and start selling tools. And that's when he started helping me out, starting from where I was, because I didn't have anything by then. And he started giving me the place, like sharing an office with him, so that I can do something for a living. And yeah, so that's basically what happened, in the last 2 years. So now I'm having a company. I own a company, a big company called Maxi Tools. It's all because of him, because he's been there. He's been my mentor. He's been guiding me. He doesn't give up, in his dreams. And what really inspires me about him is that he's a go-getter. If he wants to achieve something, he will always make sure that he sticks to his plan, to his vision. He's not a person that who just give up, to say, what, I can't do this now. I will just rather leave it. It's not for me. It's for other people. And that's very inspiring, He always, come up with new things, new ideas. What do you think about this? What can we do about that? So that's very inspiring, When you have somebody, he's not demotivating you. He's always motivating you to do more and more and more and more, in life.
Let's take a short break. We are back with more after this.
This distinguished CEO would say the best way to enjoy a brandy is whilst wearing diamond-encrusted lamb's wool socks, accompanied by
the smell of fresh money.
Woo! Really? Sock diamonds? Well, we'd say a brandy enjoyed with last night's pizza works just as well. Tops at Spa. Good brandy, good advice, no blingy socks.
Africans are coming up with innovative tech solutions to solve their challenges.
We develop mobile apps that gamify the learning.
On Network, we have information about Africa's technology and social media landscape.
First rate, I think there was less than maybe 2,000 visitors, and now this year we're expecting around 35,000 visitors.
We also tell you about apps celebrities are using.
My favorite piece of technology right now, I would say it's M-Pesa.
That's Network with Ms. Pumelele Zondi every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central African Time.
Welcome back to the last leg of our show. Let's hear from Veli's family and friends how his success has transformed their lives.
Family is where the heart is, and for Veli Busecha, family comes first. He has helped and mentored people, and he has also included his family.
I had my family. As you know, charity begins at home. So I had to uplift them, and I wasn't happy to see them not working or not doing anything. As you know, it's tough out there, to get a job. So I had to take, some of them to school, to get training, to get skills. Although, of course, even when they joined my company, we had to train them, to upskill them on what we do. But I'm happy now that I've got them. And also, I can trust them with my life, and, I can trust them with projects that we do. So yeah, that's why I brought them on board.
This is evident that Veli does more than just a helping hand.
Firstly, I know Veli as a brother. I know Veli as a boss.
and I know him as a pastor. He's a cool guy. If he doesn't like something, he will tell you in a polite way. I wouldn't say I struggled, because you know when you're young, you don't see things around you, what's going on. But then growing up, my struggle was just clothes. Otherwise, I was okay. They took care of me, and by then my sister was working, Veli was also working, so they also threw in some stuff then there.
Veli did the unexpected, and his family is witness to that.
Wazi uNkulunkulu ukususema ngatsiba utlosha mo maruleng mokhale ka ntiba boletse ba re mokhale o tswa maruleng mokhale o tswa mo maruleng wa tseba o gola ngwana o sa tsebe gore na ga go la tlo ba ngwana buti nna ne ke sa tsebe gore be ke sa tsebe gore ga go la o tlo ba jwang ke no bona fela, and then a sinka re botse selo gore o na le di office ha ke bona presser button mo gate ha mo se re go ga ka bana mo ke mo ka re tswa motseng wa ga ha re tsena ke mo di officing ha re tsena mo la, oh my god ebe re tsena mo wa queue like a bula mo la khumana ditulo di table so ka ditulo ke maketse gore mara mo ke eng ge a re ga di office ya ka ke office ya ga go stitsa officer oh my god a re mo go dula cheke ke nna ke ngwana ga go mo ratho ga and then ke re a re ye gape go godimo ka pena mela go godimo a re ka mo ke office ya ka what's I don't want to lie ke le ka tsena mo nka fitla ka Allah gore ka re modimo thanks god wa tseba modimo ona le nthongwe le ngwe e dira ka purpose nthongwe le ngwe e dira ka morero wa tseba kwena o tsibileng nna ne ke sa tsebe ne re sa tsebe gore ka o sane go tla be go le ka o sa go tla be go le ka moggo.
What inspires me about him, he's very patient. Like if he says I'm gonna do something, he will do it no matter what. Very, very patient. Like if he tells himself, you know what, this thing doesn't hold, I will do it, he will do it.
Veli tells us what he does for the future leaders.
I want to say to them that don't let your circumstances, don't let your background or lack of education or lack of money, define who you are, or hold you back. You can still do it. You just need to keep pushing. Sometimes you don't have the know-how or you've got the education of how to do the job. Buy books, go on the internet, and just keep pushing, because opportunities are out there and they are just waiting for the right person who's determined and who's motivated.
We ask him his future plans.
The future plans for my businesses is to expand beyond South Africa. Our name says it all, Ethnic Africa. We're already doing business in countries like Kenya, Nigeria, and we definitely plan to expand into those markets. And my personal plan as Veli, I am planning to become a full-time pastor in the future. I'll definitely have somebody running the business, and I will go and do the work of the ministry.
Veli Buseja, we do not take what you are doing for granted. People are inspired, motivated, built and changed by what you are doing. They say you become what you think.
And with that, we conclude today's show. Thank you for watching. Until next week, goodbye.